All right. It's the end of the year. I guess we got to recap the scoreboard and update it and let everybody know who ended up winning.
Do we have to?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
God.
Yeah, I know why Lou's excited. Just hit the music.
Welcome to TFS Pod, otherwise known as the Few Show Podcast. This is 24/7 Lou, and that's
Ric-Hard saying, "Can't believe my 2022 is ending this way."
And that's
The one-man band. And you know what? At least I beat my score from last year, and I'm still the trivia champion.
yeah.
For the record, I beat my scoreboard too from last year.
But folks, first let me tell you something. From the highest mountain to the lowest valley and everywhere in between, we are the beasts of the East, the best in the West. You are listening to TFS Pod. Your girlfriends, your dogs, your friends, your girlfriend's friends, everybody's favorite show. Yeah. In this episode, the boys are back. The boys are back. We are together. We're going to do a recap of, wow, how many shows? Like 5 shows, something like that? Ric-Hard?
Yes, we didn't do recaps for all the pay-per-views from Overdrive, Impact's Overdrive, all the way to the recent ones of Deadline, NXT Deadline, and Final Battle by ROH. So we are going to do some recaps all grouped together. We're not going to go in depth for every match, everything that happened. It's just going to be a general one.
And we're also going to cover some news that we missed during that time we were off. Big stuff going on out there. So
yeah, we basically took a month off. Everybody had to recover from the depression of knowing Lou was going to end up being champ again.
Whoa. Let's save that part. I got to give my speech. I'm going to save my speech for the end of the show. For everyone. For all the kids who want to be champions just like me.
Yeah, basically after...
Basically after what?
We kind of figured, no one really stands a chance, so there's no point in recapping it here. So we're just going to recap it as a group in honor of the fact that we made 3 years on the air on YouTube.
Yeah.
Everybody pat yourselves on the back. Pat yourselves on the back.
Yes.
From one-man band, give yourself 2/3 of the pat because you've only been here for about 2/3 of the time.
Yeah. 2/3 of the way.
From that first year, we were in a basement in the bottom of the studio building, wearing no pants with a microphone.
In 2020, what a crazy year that was.
Yes,
for real.
So yeah, here we are, 3 years later. But first, before we get to that, the one-man band, give us that line that everybody, especially me, loves.
Ric-Hard, get the scoreboard for 2022!
Yeah!
You specified 2022. I was going to give the 2020 scoreboard.
No.
All right, folks. Time for the final results. Here we go. Having won 3 points recently from the last 3 events, 1 point at Overdrive, 1 point at Deadline, and 1 point at Final Battle, 24/7 Lou ends the year in the lead at 20 points.
Yes. Back-to-back champion. I'm getting the shirt done. I'm getting the shirts printed out for you guys.
And setting a record. First person to hit 20 points in a year. Probably isn't going to get matched in a long time.
Or next year.
Okay, get out of here, Lou. Get out of here, Lou. I think you've peaked. That's my spoiler there, but we'll save that for the 2023 predictions. In second place, also having won 3 points from the recent events, 1 at Overdrive, 1 at Full Gear, and 1 at Final Battle, where practically everyone got a point except the randomizer. We got myself, Ric-Hard, at 15 points.
Wow,
There's
yeah.
no shame. There's no shame in second place.
Not at all.
However, also in the double-digit club, making third place, top 3, with the unlucky number of 13, having won 2 points, one at Overdrive and one at Final Battle ROH, is the one-man band, 13 points,
Yeah.
third place.
Hey, all right. Not bad.
And the last member of the double-digit club, making it just at the end, at Final Battle. Main event, Jeff, ending the year with 10 points.
Yeah.
Give it up for main event, Jeff.
Hell yeah.
Tying
My
my
name's Jeff.
rookie year best. Tying my rookie.
Very nice.
Yeah. That was nuts. That was nuts. Way to go, Jeff. And that's by the way, that's with coming in a third of the year in. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't make predictions for January, any events that happen from January to March.
Wow.
That's impressive, folks.
He did basically the same thing like I did in 2020.
Yep. In 2020. That's
Yeah.
correct.
That's cool.
Yeah, but
Very good
wait,
showing.
I want to say it right now. Omos didn't become champion.
Well, to be fair, the brands got together. I think if the brands had stayed split, there's a chance he might have had that happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, there's a potential. I still don't think so, but it does up his chances.
Yeah, he would have been 24/7 champ.
Oh, get out of here, Lou. I don't think it would have been that bad. Jeez. All right. We got to talk about this guy because halfway through the year, he kind of, not halfway, but about at the last 3/4 into the year, he kind of just said, screw it. I know I'm not going to win. But he still had a very good showing. That person is Jay Few, ending the year at 8 points.
Yeah,
It's not bad.
not bad.
Could have been in the double-digit club,
Woulda,
I think.
coulda, shoulda.
Yeah.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda. But Jay Few, if you can hear us from your home planet, come back. We miss you in the predictions. We know you got it in you to maybe be champ. For the record, he started off the year as champ, by the way. He got the first point of the year at day 1.
He did.
Messed up my streak.
And he was the first person to get a perfect score at a pay-per-view and get the 2 points.
Wow.
The only one of two.
All I have to say to that is keep cashing those checks I'm sending you, Jay Few. Stay away. Oops. Oh, my God. I forgot we're recording.
Oh, my gosh. The truth comes out. The truth comes out at the end of the year. Look at that.
For real.
Oh, all right. That's your first, second, third, and fourth. Let's go to the undercard here. We've got making a very impressive showing, costing Lou his 2 points at Survivor Series War Games, as well as getting a point at Final Battle. Thus, meaning he is the only of the 3 people that got 3 points in the last 5 pay-per-views. My mistake. Jeez, try saying that 5 times. Big Al ending the year with 7 points.
Give him his points.
Give him his points. Give him his due, folks. Give him his due. Pretty impressive. Almost dethroned Jay Few. He was neck and neck with the randomizer up until the end, though.
Yeah.
Speaking of, coming in at 7th place. There we go. 7th place. The randomizer, which won at NXT Deadline, which thus, by our own rulebook, makes NXT Deadline a bad pay-per-view.
I got a point, man.
Yeah. Bad pay-per-view, exactly.
For you.
Shut up. It's definitely a bad pay-per-view for me, yeah. More on that later. Randomizer ending the year with 5 points.
Wow.
Very impressive. very impressive with 41 points up for grab. The randomizer got 5 out of 41. That's a nearly 1 in 8 chance.
Yeah.
1 in 8. Really think about that, folks. 1 in 8.
And we will have a new randomizer for 2023. New
Yeah,
randomizer coming out.
Yeah, we're thinking between a random number generator or Microsoft SAM, or, and this one's still in the running, folks. We don't know yet. We have a rat pick between two types of cheese with names underneath. But we haven't decided yet.
Oh my God.
Anyways, everyone else is at 0.
Including Bogey.
Yep.
That's the scoreboard.
I wanted to let somebody else say it.
There you go. New year, new person saying it, huh? All right, folks. That's the scoreboard for 2022. We will get back with you in 2023. Back to you, Lou.
Alrighty. Yes. Okay. So let's talk about the pay-per-views again. We got to do a quick recap on this because we were off a little bit catching up on this.
It's been a while, so pardon us if we don't remember every single match. I have some of the match lists up. We could go over some of it. For example, at Overdrive, which would be the first one technically, there were a lot of Bully Ray beat Moose in a tables match. You had the Death Dolls defend the Knockouts Tag Champs. Mickey James beat Taylor Wilde. Heath and Rhino.
Oh yeah, that was her
Impact.
That was Mickey James' like a retirement thing. That's her thing now, right? I'll retire.
Her gimmick is the same as Ric Flair in 2008. Whatever match they fight in, if they lose, the next match they lose will be their last match.
And then out of news-wise, I see that her and was it Kanellis? Is it Kanellis?
Maria?
No, the husband. What's the husband's name? No, is it
Mike Kanellis.
I think it's him. They also have a wrestling company they opened up. They're starting. So I'll get more information on that later.
Oh, okay. I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, Maria and Mike Kanellis started a wrestling company.
Yeah,
I've kind of heard about this. I don't know. I don't remember it either.
Ocean, I believe it's called Ocean. Anyway,
for some reason, I keep thinking Rose, but maybe I'm just confusing it with another news bite.
But yeah. So who knows where that'll go with Mickey James retiring or not? But yeah, let's see what happens.
Yep, Trey Miguel won the vacant Impact X Division Championship in a tournament.
Trey Miguel,
Jordine Grace.
For me, Trey Miguel is otherwise known as a Ricochet with hair.
Ricochet with hair.
Nice.
That's good. I would be interested to see both of them have a match, Ricochet and Trey Miguel.
I saw somewhere that Trey Miguel has been out in public, and people think he's Ricochet, and he just plays along with it. I read that somewhere.
That's good.
He just plays along with it. But yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No problem. You had Jordine Grace beat Masha Slamovic in a last knockout standing match. And Josh Alexander defeated Frankie Kazarian in a singles match.
Which embarrassed you.
Option C. What do you mean it embarrassed me?
You were not picking Frankie Kazarian for anything. You thought he was done and over with to get that title shot. And he did get a title shot, and you were right. He was done and over with.
Yeah, every single thing. Frankie Kazarian won the X Division Championship. Then I think he defended it or something.
He gave it up. He gave it up.
He gave it up.
He
went with option C to cash in the title and all that stuff. And I was just kept saying like, oh yeah, this guy's not going to win. This guy's not going to win. And he just made it all the way to the end. And I just said, come on, like he cannot win. He's too old.
Now that's a weird way of going for the main title, which is win an opportunity for the title, then give it up to go for another title. I have not seen that in any other company. Have you guys ever seen that before?
They've done the X Division Championship. The closest thing I can remember is Stone Cold Steve Austin giving up the Intercontinental title after beating The Rock for it,
Mm-hmm.
to say that he's challenging that he's going to go after the
world title,
the world championship.
Was that when he threw wasn't that when he threw the title in the lake or in the river? Or was
no, that's when he did it to The Rock's championship as world champ.
Gotcha. Oh wait, was it?
Yeah.
I could have sworn that I could have sworn he did the Intercontinental title too.
Maybe. I don't know why. Maybe. All I know is for that particular segment, he was in the ring with The Rock. He gave the title back to The Rock. The Rock was like, "Yeah, celebrating with it," and then he Stone Cold stunned The Rock anyways. And I was like, "Whoa, way to make the Intercontinental champ look like a scrub." So there was that. Full Gear was a stacked card. They did an Impact on us. A lot of random matches. Jungle Boy beat Luchasaurus by a submission. My Death Triangle beating the Elite. I know a lot of people didn't go with that.
Yep.
Oh, and then you had Chris Jericho beat Danielson, Claudio, and Sammy Guevara in a fatal 4-way. Then he lost it later on. Saraya made a return match against Britt Baker. Samoa Joe.
Oh, that's the one. That's the one I lost, right?
He won the championship against Wardlow and Powerhouse Hobbs.
Right.
He didn't pin Wardlow. He didn't pin Wardlow. Say it.
The match. Yeah, he didn't pin Wardlow. You're right. The match that cost you, Lou, was Sting and Darby Allin versus Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal. That was a match.
Yeah, I went the other way with that one.
You went against Sting and his son.
Someone told me that they're looking to break them up, or like Darby Allin didn't want to be overshadowed by Sting. Yeah. But I was wrong on that one. They celebrated in the ring when they won that one.
Yep. And biggest surprise for a lot of people, Jamie Hayter won the interim AEW Women's World Championship against Toni Storm.
Yeah, and
it required like fearing, but it happened. Mm-hmm. And then less than a week later, she got turned on, right?
She became permanent champion because Thunder Rosa.
Oh no, she became permanent champion because Thunder Rosa got released suddenly. Yeah, that happens. The Acclaim beat Swerve in Our Glory, and MJF finally became AEW World Champion. Thanks to a little help from William Regal.
Yep.
Slipping him the nooks.
And
then we can talk about Yeah, that also changed. He got attacked. Regal got turned on, attacked, and then it looks like he's going to get let go from his contract with conditions. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's a lot of interesting news. We could go over that real quick. Yeah. So my understanding is, correct me if I'm wrong, William Regal is going to be released early from his AEW contract, so he could go back to WWE to help train his son.
Yep.
And he cannot appear on screen as a character on television for the entirety of 2023 to sell the attack that MJF did on him.
Oh wow, I didn't know that part. Wow.
Yeah, he can't appear on TV at all. That's the terms.
But they'll probably say, "Here's William Regal's son." I hope they don't say something like that.
They'll probably say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do that. You could reference somebody's heritage, but I think William Regal himself can't appear on television.
All right.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, I mean, considering that him and Tony Khan seem to have a good relations, I think that's pretty fair for them. It says a lot about the respect they have for William Regal. Guys contributed a lot to the business, so way to go. I like that they came to terms with that. Speaking of WWE, no,
I said I like that. I like that too.
Yeah, man, I think it's really cool when they
and who
hash things out.
What were the points on that Full Gear? Who won that one?
Me.
Wow, there you go.
crazy. I won an AEW show, and I still thought it was a decent show. It was okay. It wasn't anything to write home about, I don't think.
Yeah, it wasn't like other years. Other years we've had ones where there was a spectacular show, one match right after the other. Those AEW shows.
Yeah, some of those were like, oh, whatever. This is a match.
Mm-hmm. It's a match.
One show that was pretty interesting was War Games Survivor Series this year.
Yep.
Different feel to it. You had Bianca Belair and her team beat Team Bailey. So that happened.
Yep.
Which is what gave Lou that lead. Then you had AJ Styles defeat Finn Balor. Ronda Rousey got a win over Shotzi to nobody's surprise. However, none of us called the time. None of us called the prediction on time. On that. Yeah. The closest one I think was I forget who made the prediction. Let me see. Somebody predicted 5 minutes. I know that much. And they were close because the match ended up going 7 minutes and 15 seconds.
Oh yeah, I said 30 seconds. I was off.
You said 31 seconds to try to Price is Right me.
Oh yeah, 31 seconds.
I got it right here. There we go. No, I said 1 minute 30 seconds. You said 1 minute 31 seconds. One Man Bad said 5 minutes, so he was the closest.
Damn.
That was good.
Yeah, he said 5 minutes. And Main Event Jeff said it'll go 3 minutes.
All right. What other matches do we have in that one?
What?
What other matches do we have in that one?
Oh, right. We had the match.
Oh, the main event.
We also had Austin Theory win the title off of Seth Rollins and Bobby Lashley in the triple threat. And then we had the main event, which was the Bloodline versus Team Sheamus, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, it had to come down to Lou and basically Big Al. Either one of them was going to walk home with a win because Lou said, "Oh yeah, you got to give it to Sheamus's team." Oh. Sami Zayn's going to turn on them, and then Big Al had gone with the Bloodline. Oh. Everybody else was agreeing with Lou on that one. We were like, "Yeah, Team Sheamus is going to win." What happens? Well, it was a funny. I did a funny comic in the chat where Sami Zayn. They did this spot where Sami grabs the ref to prevent him from counting, physically prevent him from counting the three by tapping the mat.
Oh yeah.
and he essentially low blows Kevin Owens to make sure that KO takes the pin. And Sami finally got accepted into the Bloodline.
So yeah, I hear that's rumors that I've heard is that's supposed to lead it up into a turn on him, a heel turn on them. Was it Royal Rumble, I believe? And then,
I mean, if it's gonna happen anywhere, Royal Rumble seems the time, the moment.
And supposedly Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn to take the titles off to the Usos.
I mean, if that's the end game, jeez.
That's what I've heard. I don't know if it's true. That's what I've heard.
There's a part of me that really hope. We'll get more into that in the predictions later on, but yeah, very very interesting things happening with Sami Zayn. They're gonna do the first and last match of John Cena for 2022, his only match of 2022.
Oh yeah.
This Friday on SmackDown, it's gonna be Kevin Owens and John Cena versus Sami Zayn and Roman Reigns in a tag match. So interesting stuff. Can't wait to see how that works out.
Mm-hmm.
And then we could go with I'm not going to go through it, but we had NXT Deadline and ROH Final Battle happen. Most that I can remember that was kind of eventful from it was Mandy Rose losing the title at NXT Deadline.
No, she didn't lose the title at Deadline.
Oh, she didn't lose, right. She didn't lose the title at Deadline.
The following NXT show was on Tuesday.
Yes, Roxanne Perez?
Yeah. Roxanne Perez had won the Iron Survival
the number one
rules,
contendership. Yep.
That match where they had to go by points, which is a rip-off of Queen of the Mountain, right?
Yeah, Queen of the Mountain, King of the Mountain.
So, but yeah, let's talk
about
that. Do you have any news on Mandy Rose and all that stuff that happened?
I'll let One Man Band cover that one. He's the Mandy Rose connoisseur. I'm kidding. But yeah, well, my man, you've been quiet. Let cover this story. What happened?
Well, okay, so let me grab my timeline of events in my mind. Mandy Rose was NXT champion for 413 days or 415 days, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So we were under the impression that she was, no question, going to be either the champion going through, or if she were to drop it, that she was going to go back to the main roster. We said, I remember you specifically, Ric-Hard said, Mandy Rose to Royal Rumble winner confirmed.
Oh yeah,
I
did.
remember that. I
did.
It can still happen. It can still happen.
It can still happen.
Doubt it
still happen. Gosh, fingers crossed, it could still happen.
I doubt it at this point. But anyhow, we got the massive bombshell the very next day that Mandy Rose was released by WWE because of apparent explicit photos taken on her. I forget what account it was exactly. It was not.
It's not. What's it called? It's not OnlyFans. It's her personal website. She has a personal website with a paywall.
Oh, okay.
MandySax.com or something like that.
She was heating up some sacks for sure. But anyhow, so she was released. She was released on that sense, and now people were outraged because they're like, wow, you released her because of that, but yet, we talked about this. Somebody like Paige, who, had some very, very explicit things come out, and they kept her. And the only reason why I think they kept her is because they were basically investing in her because they were doing Fighting with My Family at that time. The Rock was producing that. So that's probably why the only reason she got that pass. I don't think if she had that, they probably would have let her go. But I digress from that comment, from that situation.
I have an opinion on that. I'll say it later.
Okay. Well, I was going to say, you can say it now if you want.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I think the difference in that one is with the paid situation, it was technically leaked content. Like, she never really intended for it to go public.
Yeah, I'm sure she didn't.
And from what I could tell, because I talked about Jeff about this too, because I was like, it's kind of a different situation from the Mandy Rose stuff. The Mandy Rose stuff is, it's available to the public. All you got to do is pay for it, or have a friend that pays for it. But the paid situation it kind of was leaked, seemed to be out of revenge by somebody, and judging by how they released Brad Maddox, who was involved in that, because they released him for the silliest reason. I always thought to myself, I think they just came to the conclusion that somebody had to take the heat for it.
Yeah.
And they didn't want to do it to Paige because they were like, poor girl, she had her reputation smeared, basically. And they were like, Xavier Woods seems like a cool guy. And they're like, who was probably the guy that leaked it? They're like, it must have been this guy. So it's just one of those like, oh, well, let's release him and sweep the whole situation under the rug. But that's my opinion on it. Even though I do think it's still a bad call to release Mandy Rose. I don't think it's an apples to apples comparison to compare the Mandy Rose situation with the Paige situation. That's just me though.
Actually kind of does make sense. I mean, I could see that. But even so, I mean, I think it's kind of messed up because Mandy Rose was a proven star.
Oh, for sure. I completely 100% agree on that. Like, letting her go was the wrong call. I believe all of those women should be able to expose themselves on a separate platform if they so choose to.
Well, not only even.
I mean, come on, Playboy cover girls, anybody?
Yeah, no kidding.
This is the same company that greenlit that. That's the more apples to apples comparison.
Well, okay, but you know why? Because that Playboy thing happened when it was still technically in the. They weren't in the TV-14 era yet.
Hold on, because that also happened. Maria's Canellis did a Playboy cover shoot, and Ashley Massaro, and they did it in 2008, 2009.
Oh, never mind.
Just on the cusp of PG.
Yeah,
like,
okay.
That's just after PG started, and I was like, yeah, come on, man.
Yeah, that's some. Okay, never mind. Yeah, that's some hypocrisy. That's some hypocrisy. So okay, never mind then. But yeah, I don't think that's fair. Because look, I know we're all guys here, and we support the skin movement. I know I do.
Yes.
Yeah.
But in all seriousness, so I mean, listen, come on, man. It's 2022. We're going to 2023 real soon. You know, social media, technology in general is so abundant and rampant that anything can be leaked, shared. I mean, it's unstoppable. So, like, who are you to say, oh, you can't be posting that because now we don't want you to post that? I mean, unless it's written consent, which I heard that was part of the what was the reasoning, that I guess apparently in the contract she had signed that, you know, that when they do outside content like that, like, they can't be too exposed. And apparently the picture in question that got her like out was, apparently it was a double nipple. It was a double nipple photo, and I think it's a very implied photo of her giving fellatio activities to her beau Tino Sabatelli, who, by the way, is a very lucky man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, my opinion, I think it was a knee-jerk reaction. No pun intended with the jerk. But you know, I don't think it was right. Honestly, I don't think it was right. That was a very bad call. Your women's division was on fire with her there. She helped mold to help mold the division. She could have gone back to the main roster and been a shoo-in, you know, to be a women's champion, you know, in either brand.
She could have gone back to the main roster immediately after losing the title in December.
Yeah.
Won the Royal Rumble, and nobody would have had an issue with it. People would have cheered. She genuinely, and I'm talking purely athletically, she showed complete dedication to improving her in-ring work, perfecting the craft. You can tell that the Mandy Rose that came into NXT from the main roster, worked on her in-ring work and worked on her character work, because she
really did
greatly improved in the overall. You know, she still had the sex appeal thing going on for her, which is a cornerstone of her character work. But more so than anything, she was leading a faction. She was playing the scumbag heel completely perfectly. She was still able to get people to cheer her in that match, where she came up with an American flag motif on her outfit, and she was going up against a Japanese wrestler and then somebody else, the British one, I think it was. It was a triple threat match.
Yeah, the British champ, the NXT UK champ. The
NXT UK.
That's right.
Like, when that happened, I was like, geez, she is over. That is somebody who is popular, who gets it with the crowd. The crowd is actually behind her. Even though she's a heel, they still like her work. That's how you know she's a star, basically. You can't get rid of that just on a whim of, I don't like the fact that she's doing something. I get it. Maybe your reputation isn't the best when you're tied to that, but come on, it's not like anybody's gonna go look that up. You have to pay for it, dude.
Yeah, I agree.
It's behind a paywall. Let it go.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I just find it very hypocritical because not only, like I said, if we're gonna go, let's say it was Triple H that decided to. I mean, I would think it was him because he's the one in charge right now. You know,
It's either him or Stephanie. I would say that
it's
had to be on the executive level.
well. So my thing is, if it was Triple H, it's very hypocritical of him because his girlfriend, once upon a time, after
Oh,
after
ooh.
they were no longer together, but she did a spread. She did a spread in 2000 and what, 1 or 2, I think it was.
Yeah, yep.
Okay, so she did one. Tori Wilson did one. Sable did two.
Tori
Uh,
Wilson did too. Actually, she did one, and then one with Sable together.
uh excuse me. Also, wait. So Tori Wilson and Sable did two then, right?
Yep, both of them
Okay.
were.
So there you go. I mean, come on, man. Really?
Maria
At
Kanellis, Candice
Ash,
Michelle,
Ashley
Ashley Massaro,
Massaro. Um, I'm sure there were others that we would have liked to have seen.
Trish Stratus comes to mind in that
Yeah,
category.
absolutely. Trish Stratus comes to mind.
Kelly Kelly.
Oh, absolutely. Eve Torres.
Yep.
AJ Lee.
Caitlyn. AJ Lee.
AJ Lee. Yeah. I mean, the list goes on. And on.
AJ Lee seems too classy for that. That seems above her. That seems above her.
Actually, you know what? Yeah, you're right. Because of all the promos that she would cut. That's true.
Yeah.
That is very true.
Yeah, I could have seen the Bella Twins on it though.
I'm actually quite surprised that they never dabbled in that. But
I think it's because print media kind of died after that. Once they got over, like, once you got into the 2010s, mid 2010s, Playboy cover girl just stopped being as big of a deal.
Yeah, true. It was kind of just like whatever. But yeah, I mean, so like I said, you're gonna punish her. You're gonna punish her for that, but yet you had much worse thrown out there. Like I said, the Paige situation. Like,
Yeah.
and you kept her. So, yeah, I don't know. It just feels like the female version of Madison Square Garden, like of the curtain call. Like let's say you have Mandy Rose, you have Paige, you had, let's say, China and whoever that they're all taking a bow like hey, we're all in on this, and then the one person who takes the fall is the one that was probably in their eyes maybe the least popular one of all. And I say that loosely because Mandy Rose is very popular.
Yep.
Very
popular, but I think it. Yeah, it's like, oh, she's popular on NXT. Just sweep it over.
Yeah, it's a shame. So the only thing I can think of is that she's gonna go away for a little while, and perhaps do her own thing. Maybe continue doing what she's doing there, and then maybe doing that side gig, that side hustle with Sonya Deville, the donut thing.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I'm sure, and then from there, maybe let the heat die down for a bit. I don't know if she's gonna come back to WWE though.
I secretly hope that this is all just an elaborate work, like to such a degree. Like, do you guys remember? Or maybe not a work, but they turned it into a work. You remember when Daniel Bryan got let go the minute after Nexus debuted because they didn't like that he choked
Michael Cole with the tie, or Justin
not
Roberts?
Michael Cole, Justin Roberts with the tie.
Justin Roberts, that's right.
Yeah, they let him go, and then he came, and then they, like, 4 months later at SummerSlam, they were like, he's the mystery opponent on Team Cena to complete the 7v7, and everybody cheered, and they were like, oh my gosh, and they were like, yep, that was the plan all along, when in reality it wasn't. WWE's pretty good at winging it sometimes, and they're pretty receptive at stuff. I really hope that they do a 180, just do a U-turn on this decision, and go, yeah, all right, we screwed up in the background. They go back to Mandy Rose, all right, we screwed up. We want you to come back, and we want you to win the Royal Rumble as a surprise
Mandy, come back.
You can blame it all on me.
Give me 1 second, guys.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, man, the Mandy Rose situation is just insane.
I think it's the current state of the company where they are so much money now and so many deals that they have, and they had to do something, and this was the thing they had to do. I know
it could have just been like, oh, because I heard she was warned. She was told, hey, you need to stop doing this.
Oh, wait a minute.
And she chose to ignore it.
Oh.
That's a rumor going around that she was told, hey, you can't be doing this. Take the content down, and she said no. Supposedly, that's part of it.
If it's that, then yeah, I mean.
Yeah, I did hear that too. Actually, that it was that she had started pushing the envelope a little bit, and they kind of checked her and said, hey, like we'll let this one slide, but you can't be posting that kind of content. And I guess she kind of did it again, and they basically said, hey, you need to take that down. And she was like, no, I'm not doing that. Sorry. Because I think what started happening was legitimately, I think she was probably making more money doing that than actually doing a WWE.
I don't know about that. That's a bit of a stretch, but
I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know how much I don't know what her contract is. It's not like I have access to that information.
I don't think. Here's my thing. I don't think that she was making the big money like the other big name women. Like I don't think she was in the seven figures. Well, okay. My thing is that I don't even know if the women are making seven figures. To be honest with you, like Becky and Charlotte and them, I'd have to see what their pay structure is. But I know, for example, I think Nia Jax, for example, when she was as hot as she was, I don't even think she was making $100,000 a year.
Not $100,000 a year? You're kidding?
I don't think so. As a matter of fact, let me find out. Let me see. Nia Jax contract.
She had to be at least $350K.
I don't know. So she was making, let's see. It says here that she was making around, let's see, as per her contract with WWE, her net worth was about $500,000, and she earned an annual salary of around $100,000 a year.
What?
Yeah. So if you think about it. Yeah,
damn, man! Between travel and all that stuff, because they don't cover all your travel.
No, they don't.
My understanding is they only cover it if you have to fly. They cover that. They don't cover if you go on the road or stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's nuts. Oh man.
So that's what I'm saying. Like the women, in my opinion, are not they're not making that kind of money. So that's what I'm saying. I very much think that that Mandy Rose was probably making more doing that than actually wrestling. So
all right, I'm gonna address this right now. I really hope that they were smart enough not to be paying Mandy Rose $100K a year, but wow, that's astonishing.
All I'm gonna say is, guys, on this that I'm glad that we don't have that problem here, because if not, I'd have to turn off the camera that I have underneath the desk for my OnlyFans page.
You would have an OnlyFans.
Because
I, for one,
no pants policy still is in effect.
I, for one, am fine appearing on Playgirl. All right.
So,
and I am not canceling that deal.
So there we are in a bit catching up with Mandy Rose. Let's see in our, not this segment, but another segment we're going to do later on for predictions for 2023, what you guys say about that, about Mandy Rose. So, but we'll stay tuned for that one. And do we have any other pay-per-view?
Any other events that happened throughout the year, or any noteworthy things? There's a rumor going around.
Not the year. Just our recap, on the last few shows that we had.
Oh no! Final battle. Claudio Castagnoli won the title, the ROH title, off of Chris Jericho, and ROH marches on to somewhere. We don't know yet.
Still marching on. Better yet, right?
Still marching on, yeah. Beyond the grave.
Yep. Yeah, because they don't even have a TV show yet. They just appear on AEW.
Yeah, they're just appearing on AEW and potentially appearing on pay-per-views. They have their own pay-per-views sometimes.
Yeah. All right, so there we are. We'll catch.
That's the final. That's the final scoreboard. That's all the events. Congratulations, everybody, once again. We made it to 3 years.
So, as customary at this time of our show here, it's always time for the champion to have a speech for all you kids out there who want to be a champion just like me.
All right, woman bands, just like we planned. Here we go. Here we go. He's got his back turned. I'm catching in the briefcase.
No, wait a minute.
Whoa!
Ah!